Hey guys, didn't see you there. Welcome.
Welcome.
Campbell and I were just sitting in this kind of pink cylindric void, just hanging out here, and all of a sudden you showed up. So I guess we'll do our show.
Yeah, why not?
We're just waiting here in the void.
Not like we do it every Saturday and Friday.
All right. Enough with the sarcasm. You know I don't understand that.
So last time we were working on basically just still visualizing vectors. So wait, 1 sec. If we enter a vector here, like so we can also do a equals 1 space 2, 3, and then if we hit enter, it creates a vector pointing to 1, 2, 3. And then what we also worked on last time is we can do b is equal to 3, 2, 1.
Can you move your mouse just a little bit so we can see that?
Oh yeah, b is equal to 3, 2, 1, and then we can do this, a plus b. Oops. And that happens. And then we can also do b plus a. Oops.
And this is kind of our own thing that we created. You know, I don't think you need spaces there. I think those are optional.
Oh, and then but then we can also do this. C equals, let's do 1, 2, 3, just because. And now we can do C is equal to a plus b. And that
A
oh, right. A is
one
this one, right?
farthest away.
So
that's actually correct.
it is.
Because now go ahead.
And then what we can do as well, just we can do b dot color equals, now here we can do an HTML color code, or we have some default colors like red, and we also have purple, gray, white, black, green, and blue.
You can switch over in the code. I think it's,
to
if you want to verify any of that.
purple we can do as well. So A is this one, B is this one, and C is this one. But if we, here, for better visualization, we can do C is equal to B plus A. And then now you can see, if we unmaximize, it goes from the origin point of A, or of B, to the end point of A. And then we can also do C dot color is equal to, what were some of the other ones? We have blue, green,
White?
gray.
There you go, cool.
And then we also have, white. Yeah, so.
What if I wanted to say D is equal to A plus B plus C?
Oh! Yeah. 1 sec, my headphones are caught in something. Okay. D is equal to A plus B plus C, you said?
Sure. And so now D is equal to A, which is purple, plus all the other ones.
Yeah,
So what if you said A plus B right now? So we could just get B lined up after the A. If you just typed in A plus B.
Oh. A plus B.
And then if you typed in B plus C to get C at the end, is it going to point to the end of D is the question.
C. No, is it going to point to the end of C? Is the question, I think.
It looks like it is.
Yes, wait, if I can just click on the cone model, so we can see that,
It's interesting, they're lined up in exactly the same direction. Oh right, of course they are, because we already just decided we're adding C to it, and C has this already the same directions as the sum of A and B.
so yeah, they are in the exact same place.
Yeah. Yeah, do this instead. Type in. Oh, you stopped it?
Sorry,
I don't know.
what was it?
I was just gonna. Well, you have to kind of create everything else, but I was gonna say swap it around. Here, can I do it real quickly? Let's see if I can recreate where I was going with that. So say A is equal to 1, 2, 3, and then B is equal to, I'm going to do 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm going to say A dot color equals red, B dot color equals blue, like that. And then I'm going to say A plus B, like that. And let's say C is equal to, I don't know, I'm just going to play for a second here. -4, comma, -5. This is Y. I actually went Y pointing kind of up, I think. And then negative Z, though, I'll do a -4 over here like that. Cool. And then I'm going to say C dot color is equal to gray. That. And then I want to say, if I do A plus C, so it just kind of moves that over to the end of A, like that. If I type B plus C, kind of puts it over there. You can't change this view. I kind of feel like we need to move this view out of it.
Wait, here, we can do this.
Can we change the camera at all?
Well, we can.
Yeah, we can go over there.
The easiest way to do it is doing this.
So that's kind of cool. So now I've got those, and now what I can do is I can say, well, let's say D. Here's that. Let me get my mouse in there. I can say D is equal to A plus B plus C.
And then it will go from A to B.
And then, do you think? What do you think I'm going to get if I type in this?
I think it's gonna go from the origin of B to a spot in between the endpoint of A and C.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's going to be the same angle and direction, but because we've set up our, and we've kind of done this in a way that's maybe not exactly the way math addition normally works. Normally, math works when you add two vectors together. It takes the tail point and puts it back at the origin, and we're not doing that at all because we're kind of visualizing them in a slightly different way. So if we do it, we're going to get a vector pointing in the same direction with the same magnitude, but it'll start at B.
Yes.
At the tail of B, which is the blue end. Oh, it just did it. I didn't even notice.
I hadn't.
Oh, okay. And then if I come in and say F is equal to C plus B plus A.
We might not have an F.
Doesn't matter. We can do anything.
Oh, we can?
Yeah, we can.
I thought we only had a limited number of...
That's only for one of our operators.
Q7, where are you? We need your help.
Dennis Q7 says, vectors, we rock! Oh, yeah. All right, as long as no letters come up, I'll be fine. What the? What? Quit blocking us with letters. Dennis Q7.
Here, right now.
So there we go. We've got three vectors all pointing in the same direction. Maybe another way of visualizing that is, what do you think would happen if I typed in, hold on, let's get right in here. I said, my cool vector is equal to, and let's say I said A plus C plus B. So it's the opposite of the D. What do you think will happen there? In other words, I'm reversing the B and the C with the A, C and the B. I'm reversing those two operators.
I think we'll just go in the opposite direction, maybe.
Let's try it.
Or a different magnitude.
Looks like nothing happened.
However, something probably did happen.
D dot, let's change the color of D to white. D dot color equals white. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So D is there.
Wait, Dad, can I control the mouse for a second? Okay. So.
Did I do the right one? Oh, I meant F. I meant F dot color is what I meant to say.
Okay. F. Dot.
Whoops, hold on, you changed something here.
What did I do?
You hit F with the scene having focus, and you want the game text window, text box to have focus.
So F.
How you doing, Janescu 7?
No, wait, we want my cool vector, right?
We have both of them. Well, you want to change it. Michael vector should already be black.
Yeah, so we want to change the color of my cool vector to see where it is.
Fine, go ahead. You can do
I
that.
thought that's what we...
I don't understand how one of them got to be white, though, over there. I'm like, what? We didn't set F to white. I don't remember doing that. That color?
Color equals, let's do green.
Why don't you hide one of them? Okay. That's not the one to hide. There you go. See, that's kind of what I wanted to demonstrate. So what we've got is we've got
same.
my cool vector, and we also have somewhere up here, we have F.
I think it's D that's blocking it actually. Oh, yeah.
Hard to tell because we don't actually have the letters above them, but anyway. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's go over to my machine. Whoops, sorry. Get back over here. Go over to my machine, and we'll talk about what we've done so far. So here's what works now. And today, I think I want to do this. I think I want to type in 3A, maybe, or maybe I type in A is equal to 4 times B. Do you have any preferences on either of those?
I think both, but maybe not.
What'd you say?
Maybe, I was thinking both, but maybe not. Maybe not.
I kind of like this. This is totally non-standard. There's no equation here, but it moves it, right? We could have created another command to do this, right? We could have said B dot move to A, like that.
Yeah.
But we did this because it felt a little easier. Does that make sense? And I'm okay with it. And so we could similarly come down here and we could say A dot extend, you know, like that.
Oh, there's also one other thing that we did not demonstrate. Can we switch over to my screen for a second?
Can I? Yeah, switch your screen, sure.
Yeah, just for a second. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So if we wanted to have a new color, for example, yellow, and then we don't have this as a default already. So if we set it to, do you know what the color code for it is?
Yeah, you want to combine green and red together. So red, you want to give it about, like, say, BB.
BB?
And go ahead and do BB again for green. And then 0 for blue. 0, 0. 2 zeros. You need to have 6.
Sorry.
Or you could
And
have just
now-
done BB0 too as well. But okay, yeah, now we
Okay.
can say D dot color is equal to yellow.
Yeah. So if we do D dot color is equal to yellow. I'm not sure if we have, yeah.
Yep, there it is
So
right
we
there.
see it in here. We just don't see it in the scene view. Yeah. So we can set it equal to this. And to
Okay,
So yeah, that's just another thing. Okay, we can go back to our screen.
all right, let's go back to my screen. So I guess one of the things that I might want to do is something like this. A dot length is equal to, and set that, and what that's going to do is just change the length of it. It'll still point to the same spot, but it'll change the length. Then I want to do, I also want to be able to type in -A. And what that'll do is it'll take a vector that's pointing, if you see where I'm pointing on my video,
And then it will be just
it'll go like, turn that into that, like that. It's still pointing at the same spot, right? But it's just got a negative magnitude on it. It's negating its direction.
yeah.
Okay. So, all right. Do you know what Euclidean space is? Have we talked about that at
No,
all?
I don't think so, but we might have.
My understanding of Euclidean space is it's essentially the space that we're working with the 3 dimensions X, Y, and Z. It's a way of describing location.
I think I have.
So-
Then if we-
Yeah.
I think we
So,
talked about it.
I'm sorry.
I think we have talked about it.
So I guess these are kind of the things I'm thinking about right here. So this, I want to increase A's length by 3. Oh man, we're gonna get pudding all over my slides. Pudding, I'm forever associating this song with you. How you doing, my friend? Shows Rory is here.
I like the color change on the fire.
Yeah, you like the color change of fire. Now you can listen to this song and be scared and want to run away. So I'm kind of playing in this space right here. I think I want to do something where I say a.length is equal to 1. I think I'm thinking about doing just being able to type in a number followed by a vector name, and then I want this number to change the length by that amount. I'm kind of thinking.
Huh. Okay.
But I also want to be able to say a is equal to 4b, like that.
So that would just that would keep it pointing in the same direction, but have it multiplied, have its length be the length of b times 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's good. And then
I also kind of want to be able to do this. Maybe I'm getting carried away. Maybe I am. Maybe I should just shut the heck up and back away from the keyboard.
No, I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah? I don't know.
But it might not be, because I don't think there's going to be a time when we're going to need to do that.
I think I want to do this one, Campbell.
Yes, negative a for sure.
Let's do that. Can you start up your the code generator regular expression tool we built? All right, so let's type in negative a down here in the text to text, or negative my vector, or something along those lines.
Negative my
Okay.
And
then get it to match.
Okay.
Shift end is the fastest way to get there.
Oh, okay.
Shift end.
End?
Yeah, now hit delete.
Okay. Something is wrong.
Missing a closing paren.
Oops. Okay. Okay. And now we want... Should we also do a positive my vector?
I don't think that'll make any change to it.
But if we have a negative of it, do you think, like, if we've made it negative, do you think we should? Or no?
Oh, no, we just do a negative again.
Oh.
And it'll bring it back in the other way.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Because
Okay.
a negative is like multiplying by negative 1.
0 or 1. Right?
No, I need 1 for sure.
You do?
Yeah.
Right.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah. Because if I don't type it, I just type in A, what's going to
My
happen?
vector.
I want it to do something else.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so that looks like that is correct. Try it. You get rid of the negative in front of the text to test and see if it fails. Yeah, good.
Woo.
Good, so negative
Okay.
my vector.
And then I give it a class name.
Yeah, give it a class name.
Negative vectors. Right?
Sure, I can make that an uppercase in there, although the code generator seems to be uppercasing it anyway.
Oh.
And I would make it not an S at the end. Remove that S. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's copy that. Let's add that as a class.
Boop. Copied. And now we go here. Now we go here. Create C# script. Control V. Oh no, that's not. Oh. Okay.
Campbell's typing it in right behind his head. You can't quite see it, but
Oh.
trust me that it's working. He just added a C# script.
Oh. Huh.
Oh, look at what's happening down at the bottom. You see the error
Yeah,
message?
I do.
That's weird.
Oh,
you know what? I think. Hold on. Let's see if we can delete it.
Okay, wait. Yeah. I'll try. Oh, no. I can't.
Can we undo it? Is there an undo in the edit menu?
Control Z. Oh, wait.
Look in the edit menu for an undo. It's a little bit better than Control Z because sometimes there you go. Yeah, do that.
Undo here?
No, wait, that's toggle visibility.
Oops. But
That's something while we were running, I think.
It's Control Z still, so I would think it's the same.
Yeah, we're in a point of toggling visibility. All right, let's try adding it again, Kick. See how that works. It seems like there's something there.
I think the problem is I pasted in the code before and then didn't delete it all.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I think has happened too. What is interesting to me though is I feel like I can't delete it. There's no option to delete.
Wait, can I try something? Can I
Wait,
have control?
hold on. Hold on. I want to go to source control and see what the problem is because I think that I have a feeling that Unity is about to choke. And there's nothing here to commit, it says. Interesting. All right, what do you want to try?
So we can delete this.
Don't do that.
No, I'm going to. But it isn't allowing us to delete this.
Let's close without saving.
It says it's saved.
Well, let's close anyway and reopen it. What's interesting is whatever that is, it's not showing up in source control. Source control would show us something that was different there.
Does it not register it if we add a new class or a new script, I guess?
I'm not sure what I know. I was just looking at it, Campbell, and I was like, we were seeing strange behavior, and I thought it was better we get rid. That felt to me like corruption could be on its way, and I said, let's get out of here fast before we allow corruption to be part of our project. Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Negative vector.
Uh-oh. It's not necessarily a problem.
I gotta do those neck rolls. Gotta get better at those. What's not necessarily a problem, Campbell? What are you thinking?
Right now I'm trying to get,
Oh, just because you have two instances of Visual Studio open.
yeah, what I'm trying to do is get negative vectors to, yeah, be here. That's what I wanted.
Oh, I see. Okay, no worries.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, everything's dun, 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 dun.
Since we're already at it, thanks, buddy. All right, so Campbell pasted in the code from the code generator.
And then here, control dot, control yeah. Bloop.
Okay, what's next? Do you remember?
Go to game logic and create.
Why don't you copy negative vector to the clipboard? Now want that party 4, right? I don't have a party 4 yet, guys. I'm sorry. I know I should get on it. Do you remember the name of the
Execute command line. fine.
Yeah, you can get to it
the
quickly by
bottom.
pressing the num enter key on your keyboard and then typing in like EXE. There you go. It's also at the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Careful.
Yeah, that's
You've got more than you want. There you go. Did you just copy and paste it?
Yeah.
So when you copied it, you lost
Oh, I
your other
did.
one, your negative thing off the
Sorry.
clipboard, and you lost the you lost CodeRush doing the selecting the things of what it thinks you might want to make changes to. So it's a little faster to do that. And then now you just paste. There you go. See what I'm talking about? Paste. Get rid of that big uppercase N. Okay, so now inside here we've got to do something. We've got to change the vector. Is what we have to do.
Wait.
Remember, this is not a super vector. This is just this thing that is parsed out my negative that what we've typed in, and it now has this one property called vector name. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call a method called negative vector, maybe, or reverse.
Make vector negative?
Make
Or-
vector negative. I love it. Make vector negative, like that.
That's a nice function.
Oh, okay, cool. Good job, Campbell. Mr. Announcer Guy thought that was a nice function. Make vector negative, and we're going to pass in the vector name and get out. Okay? You good with that? All right, inside here, declare the method. There it is there. We can do this. We can just do a debug line and say make vector negative. Like that. I'm going to pass in vector name, but before I can do that, I got to make this an interpolated string. Remember that, Campbell? Interpolated string.
Yes. so
All right.
that-
I'm just doing this right now so we can just run it. Let's run it and do a quick test and see if we see the words make vector negative appear when we type in like negative A or something like that. Maybe work with create a vector called cat and another one called dog. Make the Z negative in that. 1, 2, negative 3. Okay, that works too. Make this a negative 6.
Oh.
And then type in negative cat and look for the message.
Yeah.
Make vector negative cat. Cool. All right.
It's a lot of them though.
It's a lot of them.
It's 40 of them to be specific.
We hit enter once.
I did.
Change it to dog and hit enter.
It added another 48.
Scroll down. They're all dogs now.
Yeah, it appears so.
Wow. Okay, let's figure that out. Why are we getting multiples? Let's close it. Look at execute command line. Who's calling this? So this is getting called like 40 times?
I don't think we have space in our code to call it 40 times.
Input field is, oh, get key?
Oh, we need a get key down.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Okay, let's try
I
that.
think. Because I was thinking that at the beginning, and that's why it changed from 40 to 48, I'm thinking.
Do it. You gonna test it?
Yeah. Enter.
You can just say negative cat too if you.
Yeah, but negative cat.
And do we only have one?
Let's see. Yes.
Only one. Okay, cool. All right, now let's make it negative. Work on making it negative. Let's just go over to my screen and take a look at the math behind making a vector negative. Right, if we're looking at it just on one dimension, right, and just visually, let's talk about visually what's going on, and then we'll talk about mathematically what's happening. So let's put that there. Let's make this one red. And a little darker. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. So my mouse hit a different button than I thought I hit. Okay, red for fill, outline, make it darker. Put this to the back. All right, so this is my vector. That's what we call it, cat. And I want to make it negative, right? To make, if I make it negative, I still want it to point to the same place because where it points to doesn't make sense to change. So in other words, my version of negative isn't gonna do that. No, that's not negative, and that's not a negative for me. That's the negative right there. That's what I want. Let me change the text.
Okay.
Can I do any of these? I have to flip it all the way around. All right, let's do this. Bring it back to here, and then we'll just flip it left to right. There we go. All right. So I want to change it to that. I'm going to go from here to here. Every time I do negative, it's going to flip across these two. Right? Well, it's got a magnitude. The magnitude of any vector, right? We're looking at only in one dimension here, right, Campbell?
Uh-huh.
You following me on this? So this is my magnitude, right?
Yeah, more or less.
That's my magnitude. Let's say it's 5. If that's 5, and I guess what I'm saying, maybe not magnitude, but maybe let's just say the distance from the head to tail. So if we take the head minus tail, right? We say head minus tail, and we're going to say that's equal to 5. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the head minus tail over here?
It's negative 5, right? Or, yeah, it's negative 5.
Yeah, imagine this is 10 and that's 15. 10 minus 15 is going to be 5. So here, the head minus the tail is negative 5. Okay? Do you see that?
Yes.
So kind of what we're doing is we're taking the head minus tail, we're making sure, another way of looking at that is we could figure out the distance, the delta, right? This is also known as kind of the delta, right? That means this is equal to the negative of the delta, I guess.
Yeah.
At least the negative of this delta over here. Negative of delta, 1, and this would be delta 1 right here. And this would be head 2. Well, head 2 is still the same. The tail 2 is what changes. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's what changes. So head 1 minus tail 1 is equal to delta 1. Head 1 minus tail 2, which is here, is equal to negative delta 1. I think I may have made that more harder to understand, but it's true.
Oh yes, because the delta is 5 between the first one.
Right.
And the delta is negative 5.
It's going to be negative 5 here. And head 1 stays the same, right? The head is the same in all of them. In fact, maybe I just need to call it head.
What if the delta still be 5 though? It doesn't change to a negative?
It does change because the delta is always defined as 1, the head minus the tail.
Oh.
Pretty sure. Let's go take a look at our code. Switch over back to your machine. It's over in the super vector, I think, isn't it? Yeah, it's over here. And we say the delta is equal to, that's got to be the head because this one's definitely the tail.
Yeah.
Head minus tail all the way. So if we wanted to do a negative of it.
Oh, okay. So it is negative because it's the head minus the tail, and if the head minus the tail is negative, then it's negative. Okay.
So I'm going to create a method here called negative. And I'm going to make it public, but I don't think it needs any parameters. I think all it needs to do is get the tail in the right spot. Okay? We know the delta x already. The x, y, and z won't change. All we need to do is modify the tail. Okay? If we look back at the code, or the math that I put up here, right? We said we need to get the tail in the right spot, right? When we go over here, we're solving for tail. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we subtract head from both sides. We get a negative tail on this side, and we have a minus head here. And then which is the same as this plus a negative. Then we multiply both sides by -1. That leaves that with tail 2 over here. And this becomes hold on, I feel like I've totally done something wrong here because it looks like it's going the wrong way, unexpected direction for me. Let's try this again. I want to solve for tail 2. So let's add tail 2 to both sides. I'm going to try something slightly different here and see if I get any different results. So it gets tail 2 there. Then I'm going to add delta 1 to both sides. And I'm still getting delta 1, head plus delta 1. Is that right? Yeah, no, I think it is right. It is actually right. I was going correct in both directions. So what I want to do to get to tail 2, to find the new tail 2, I want to add the delta to it. That's what I want to do to get to it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think I want to do.
Okay.
I want to add it to the head. So delta is equal to x. Then I'm totally not sure if this is going to work or not. Let me go back over to the code. And I feel like I've got it maybe wrong, but let's try to see if I got the math right, and we'll go with that. So
No,
what
it feels right, because wait, can you go back to your screen here? For just a second. If the delta 1 is -5, then the end of the head is 10. Oh. Yeah.
I would like to say, let's say delta 1 is -5 right here. So here we've got, let's look at the different pieces here. Let's look at it and make sure the math works. Since we're both not entirely sure. We're going to say this tail 1 is equal to 0, right there. Okay? That's its current position. We're going to say head is equal to 5. And what we're looking for is for tail to be equal to what?
For tail to be equal to -5, right?
No. If I'm going to the right, the numbers
10.
get bigger. I want tail to be equal to 10. So if that's the case, head minus tail 1, right, 5 minus 0 is in fact 5. And so the math does look right. For me to get to this, I just need to say tail is equal to the head plus the delta. Okay,
And
so
the
let's...
delta is 5.
Yeah, 5. Over here, we've already got delta x, delta y, and delta c, so we're moving into 3 dimensions. So to get the negative to work, we need to say that the tail x is equal to x plus delta x. Delta x is a property which essentially goes in and says x minus tail z, whatever it was. But that's okay. Once we get that, we're going to reassign it into delta tail x. I said tail z, I meant tail x. We'll reassign it back in, so it should work.
Sorry, I just noticed this. So up here in Visual Studio, first it tells you what script you're writing in or what assembly you're writing in. Then it tells you the class that you're in.
Yes.
And then it tells you what method or what variable you're in.
It does. All right, so now we've got this negative call.
Cool.
You good with that?
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's going to work. So there, let's see if that works. We need to next go into our game logic. We need to just write like one more method here, or one line of code, I think, or a couple lines of code. So here in make vector negative, instead of doing this, we'll delete that. I'm going to drop a marker. I'm going to go grab something that gets the vector by name, like that. And come down here. And then we're going to just exit if we can't find it. But if we can find the matching vector, I'm going to call what method on it?
Negative.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. There's one thing I forgot to do, and that is after I do this, I need to call a function to update. Need to update the game object. Remember how we did that? Just for part 4?
Refresh it, right? Destroy it.
Yeah, we need to call refresh game object, which destroys it and recreates it.
Was that in this script? I thought it was in game logic.
No, it's here. We might have had a call to it. See the call from game logic
yeah.
to it? But it's also inside move relative, right? It's going to be inside -2. So now I think we're ready to test. If everything's saved, try it, and let's see how it works. Just for party 4, I'm hearing you putting. Nice quick test. Good.
That appears to have worked.
It totally does. Do another test. Throw it out over into the. Here, let's do another one. Let's do. Let me get a b equals -4, comma. I want it pointing up, so maybe a 4 and a -z, like that. Cool. And now type in -b, and it should flip, pointing the exact opposite direction, like that. Cool. Now I want to be able to say a equals -b.
Yeah.
You with me on that?
Yeah.
All right, can you do that?
I can try.
Are you getting bored, man?
No.
Wouldn't do something else? I saw you yawn.
Yeah, I'm tired. Okay.
We need more jump scares. I'm going to switch over to my machine for a second.
Yeah.
Here it is right here. So we did this right here.
Woohoo.
So that's coming up over into this spot right over here. All right. Got a color blue for that I use. And here we've done it. That's cool. I like that when we weren't sure about the math, we kind of did a visualization for it.
Yeah.
Okay, next. I think I want to do.
Because I think had we not, we would have maybe done the math, gotten it right, but then been like, that does not seem right. So.
Yeah. So I think I want to do this one right here. A is equal to -b.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think we would still use the negative method, or would we create a new script?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't really thought about that. I think when I get to the code, I'll think about it. But I guess if you're encouraging me to think about it now,
I think what we should do is make a modification to just the negative vector script.
I have an idea on what I would do. I would do this. I would say we create a method called clone, which produces a second vector based on the original, and then we call negative on clone, the cloned vector.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I want to do. Can we, you know what, I want to test
Wait, so
this
we would
before
be
we get too
creating-
far away. I want to test this, make sure the color stays when we negate it.
We would be creating a clone of a clone.
Do me a favor, change the, don't stop it. We'll be creating a clone of a super vector. It wouldn't matter how many times it's been cloned.
Blue.
Good. And now say -b. Just doesn't say blue.
Yes.
Sweet. Nice. I really like that. Cool. Okay, so yeah, so now let's go to the regex tool. Let's create something that matches A is equal to -b. Just say -cat if you want to. Pudding party. Yeah, okay. I'm working on it. I worked on it like a couple weeks ago.
Okay. So.
Oops. Let me switch over to your machine here, Kimmel. It's a backslash to indicate a space.
Oops.
Think of those. Okay, yeah, no, you did. Never mind. Good.
And then we'll change this name to
We've got two patterns group names that are matching.
oh.
Now we have unique names, but I think I want to call this left. This is on the left side of the assignment statement.
And then when we call the other one right?
Right. Yeah. Or left side, left vector, vector left, something like that. Left vector and right vector, or receiving, new vector name, maybe new vector name here, and the other one is existing vector name or something like that.
Current vector name?
No.
So this is new vector name?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I think. And the other one, let's kind of figure out what we want to call that. You have vector name. So I'm just trying to make the code easy to work with here. Let me move the mouse over to your machine here. So here's what I'm looking at, right? We're going to be dealing with this property and another property called vector name. These are kind of hard to differentiate. I kind of want to make one, call it existing vector name. Like that.
Okay.
Now what are we going to call this thing? I'm thinking assign negative vector. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Nice blasting.
All right, Jenny. Who said that? That was you. All right, let's copy it. Do you mind if I write, if I put this in, or do you want to do it?
Okay.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Go, do it.
But I know we have it copied, but I just.
Oh, you're just going to do that? Oh, good idea. We could also, we do this a lot. We could add a checkbox that says include regex helper.
Or not.
Or not. And so we just clear that checkbox and then we don't have to do this anymore. We just have a nice big fat button.
Assign.
Okay, let's type in assign. Vector.
Oops. That was not what I meant to do. Control V. We want to change it to negative vector, right? Not game logic.
No. This code that we generate will never want to change. I think this code is pretty much always going to be the same, but nothing will happen unless we modify our execute command line.
Okay. So, wait, I'm not sure what we're going to be doing with this.
Well, we need to recognize when somebody types in a equals negative b. In order to recognize, we have to add some code to our execute command line method. The execute command line method is going to be the same code that we've been adding every time we've added a new feature. It looks like this kind of block of code like that, where we try to create a new negative vector or a new something that we did that's a regex, right? And this returns null if we can't create it with the text. In other words, if the regex doesn't match, this returns null and we don't even execute this code. But if it does return something real, then we call make vector negative, right? So in order to get that to work, we had to add this line's code. Now we got to add code just like this for our new regex class. class that matches this regex expression.
Okay,
So I want to copy that to the clipboard. I want to smart duplicate this line, paste it in. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do
I
it?
can do it. Enter will be
Control left arrow is fast. Way to get there. And now what we need to do is create a new vector.
Create vector negative.
Sure. And we need to pass 2 parameters to it. The 2 parameters are going to be the properties of this. Notice how this is not working here?
Yeah.
What do you see there that are properties?
Existing vector name and new vector name.
Right. So what's the order of the parameters you want to pass those in? You get to decide which one goes first and which one goes second.
Existing vector name
Okay.
and then new vector name.
Okay. So go ahead and do that. Nice job. Control space.
Oops, I did control shift space on accident.
And then you got an extra comma to delete. All right, create vector negative. Or create negative vector. Maybe create negative vector would be a better name.
Okay.
Let me show you. Use Alt, left and right arrows plus the Shift key to select the middle one, like that, cut it, and then come out here and paste it.
Okay.
Can you do that?
I can try. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
That was Control. Use Alt.
Alt shift. Nope.
There you go. Cut. Control right will get you to the end of the word. There you go. Now Control dot to declare it. Let's declare it. Good. Now, hold on. Let me jump in before we do anything, because there's a slight potential problem right here. Creator update super vector. I want to go in here and look at this code. Destroy live vector. Remove named vector. See that? We need to call this on the first vector, on the existing vector name. Just in case it's already there, because we don't want to have 2 with the same name.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Okay.
remove named vector. If we go inside of that and look at that code, it first checks to see if we can find it. And if we can't find it, no worries. We just get out. But if we can, we remove it from our list and we call destroy game object on it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Next. Next, what I want to do is we need to have the clone feature is what we need to do. Actually, before I remove it, I don't want to remove it unless I've actually found. Give me 1 second. I want code like this. So I kind of want to do this. I want to check to see if we can find the new vector name. Like that. And we're not going to suppress errors, so if we can't find it, we'll throw an error. We'll put an error out in the log.
Okay.
Got that? Then we're going to call remove named vector on the existing vector name. Then we're going to say matching vector dot clone, calling a new method, and we're going to pass in the new vector name. Cool.
You put in an existing vector name when you said new vector name. Is that what you meant to do?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no proof, no recording.
Hey, we're streaming right now.
What? Oh! Okay, so we're going to call clone. Now, let's go. I want to go look at. There's one other thing I want to look at in the creator update vector method. This one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
We call add named vector at the end. So that's the piece we have to add at the end. So we have to come in here and say add named vector, and clone is going to return a super vector, is what it's going to do. Like that. Okay? So we're going to get a new super vector with a new name, and we're going to add it. The only other thing we should probably check for, we could do this. We say this, hey look, if new vector name is equal to existing vector name, if they're both the same, if I typed in A equals negative A, right? I'm going to get out of here, but what could I call that would help me out here? That would actually, if I typed in, look at what I'm saying, if I type in my vector A and I say it's equal to negative A,
then it would be the same as just doing negative A, right?
yeah, it's the same as doing negative A, which means I can call what method?
Negative vector.
I think you're right. Is that right? Or is that the class? It's a make vector negative, is that what we called it?
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That is it right there. Passing in the vector name. See it? So we're going to just pass in, well, an existing vector name is what we're passing in. Like that. Okay, does that make sense? So we've typed in that. Or maybe this comment goes up above here on this line right here. So I'm just kind of saying, hey, that's what we typed in.
We could also just assign local, or declare local, I think it is. Right?
And have it still all work? It might work.
No, but I'm saying for new vector name, if new vector name is equal to existing vector name, we could just declare here.
I think I know what you're saying. You want a Boolean right here that says vector names match.
Yeah, so that it's just a bit easier to read.
Like that. And set it equal to this. And then this. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes.
Okay, cool. We have one method here called clone. We need to go do that. Let's declare that. So we're not going to be able to declare that like that. I'll have to copy it.
Oh.
Nope, that worked. Okay. All right, so we've got a clone here. So now what we want to do is we want to create a new super vector. Like this. We're going to store that in a local variable. Like that. And we're going to return it. See, it wants to return a super vector right here.
Yeah.
So the very last thing we're going to do is we're going to say return. Meanwhile, though, we're going to do some other things between those two lines of code. We're going to come in here and we'll say super vector dot x is equal to x. I'm going to change that to y and z. Okay. Then I'll copy those, put those down here, and then I'll type in the word tail like that. And then I'll come down here and I'll do that. So I'm just copying over the properties. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this is the property of this instance. This is the local variable. Right? So I'm taking so when we execute this code, we're inside the A super vector. So if our x, y, and z are 1, 2, and 3, this new one's x, y, and 3, z will become 1, 2, and 3. Does that make sense?
Oh, yes.
There's one other property we need to find. And if we just tap control, see how it says tap control for options? If we do that and hit the letter P for properties only, you'll see only properties. Delta x, y, and z we don't need to worry about. Do you remember why?
Because they are just, no I don't.
They're calculated. They don't store any data. We're just going to always return, where is it? Right here. They've got a getter that just always does the calculation for me.
Oh yeah.
There's no data storage.
So we don't have to
Yeah,
do
these getters and setters have a semicolon, meaning they're going to store data in the background for us. There's nothing else going on there. Okay, where's my clone again? Oh, here it is right here. One more. So one more time. Here, tap, P. What am I forgetting here that I need to save?
Vector game object and vector name.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I am kind of forgetting vector name. Vector name's got to come in and it's got to be equal to the new vector name. What's interesting though, I thought for sure we had color in here, but I don't see it. Oh, it's not a property. It's just a local variable.
Oh,
Okay, cool. So we need that. That's the important because we want the color to come across, right? So it has the same color. Do you agree with that?
yes.
Okay. So we're going to say color is equal to color. And then now before we return it, we need to create a game object. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah, it's create primitive or no?
No, we're not. We've already got a method we can call.
Create game object.
We do. There it is right there. Create game object. Okay? So we can just come in there and call create game object, but we don't call it here because if we call it like this, Campbell, that's on this instance. We want to call it on the instance we're creating, the cloned vector. And just to be clear, I'm going to rename this to clone. Whoops, I thought I renamed it. Had rename going there. Rename. Cloned vector. So we're going to call create game object on the cloned vector. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You want to test?
Sure. Okay. So
Make A blue. Now type in, now before you do it, type in negative A. Now type in negative A again. Or just go up the line above and hit enter again. All right, now say B is equal to negative A. Nothing happened.
find a vector named B. Oh, I think we have to have 1, 2, 3, just for now, and then B.
Let's go take a look at.
Wait, can I? I just want to try it. B is equal to negative A.
That seemed to do something.
It did.
It didn't negate it though.
Well, it didn't create a new. So the problem wasn't this. It was just.
I think we got a couple problems. I think we have maybe 2 problems. One is we're not seeing the flip, which is really kind of surprising to me. Let's take a look at the code and see if we can figure out the flip, and also see if we can figure out why it's saying we can't find vector named B. Okay, there's the call to clone. Let's go look at.
I think there's a piece in our code somewhere else that says if there isn't a vector named B, create one. If there's a call like that. But we don't have it in our other method, so.
We want to suppress errors here. This is related to the error. So here, if it get vector by main new vector name, oh, this should be existing. Okay, I got some problems here. This one should be existing. So my matching vector, we could rename this to be existing vector.
Wait, don't you already have one that is existing vector, or is that existing vector name?
It's existing vector name. So this is a string. See it right up here?
And the other one is just a vector.
Super vector, right. So get vector by name, existing vector name. We can't find it, we're out. Cool. Remove named vector, existing vector name. That's just going to, let's go look at that again. Check to see if we find it, and let's do this. Let's extract this method to call this remove vector, passing in a matching vector to it. Like that. And then let's go back to where we were. We don't have to really call remove named vector anymore. This is, yeah, this one's wrong too. This one should be the new vector name. Actually, I'm just going to call that the way it is. Actually, I was heading in a direction, I reversed course and came back. Clone, yeah, it's like I got my new and my existing's totally wrong. Okay, and then add name vector. We forgot to call negative on it. Make vector negative, right? Is that right? Or it's this? Negative. It's like that. Okay.
Okay.
So we made two changes. One is I kind of had these strings mixed up here. And the other one is I'm calling negative on it right here. Because we forgot to call negative on it. We're cloning and then flipping.
Okay. And so,
What you thinking?
So there will be two of them? Or are we destroying the one that was the original one?
Well, yeah, there'll be two. If I'm down here, I've typed in something to the effect of B is equal to negative A. Okay? Right? This right here is checking to see if does A exist? Like that, see it? Does existing vector name exist? Does that vector exist? If it does not, no. You get out. We can't do anything if we don't have an existing vector. Does that make sense?
Yes. I think so.
Well, if you say clone a cat and I've got no vector named cat,
Then
what can I can't do anything, right? If we don't have a vector to clone. You're with me to here, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Good job. Then this removes B if we have it. If it's somewhere, if it exists.
Yeah.
Why do I want to remove B? Because I'm creating a new thing named B.
Oh.
Right? If I already got a B and it's 4, 5, 6, but I want to make it now negative A, I've got to kill B. Better?
Yes.
This might be a great way for us to kind of go over code that's written so it makes more sense. Or just comment each line like crazy, showing what it does. So right down here, all right, so let's clone A. Let's negate A, flip it. Does that make sense? We're flipping it.
Yeah.
And then, whoops, and then I want to finally say, let's add the new B, or it's actually, this is the, really the B now. Let's clone A and assign it to B. Does that make sense? Let's negate
Yes.
B, flip it. This is super vector, but I could rename this to B. Does that make sense? And I could rename this to A. See? Does it?
Yes.
Is that, I don't know if that's easier to read or not, but it might be. So
I think
B
it
is equal to A dot clone, B dot
me.
negative, that flips it, and then add name vector B. How's that feel?
Yes, it makes sense to me.
Okay, let's save and run. Give it a try. And see now if you can. What's cool about this is now we should be able to create two vectors pointing right at each other.
So,
And they'll be the same color initially, but then we can change colors after.
and then just A is equal to negative
Nope.
A.
You could, well, you could try that. Yeah, A equals negative A. That'll test that one line of code. Okay, that works. Now say b is equal to...
Wait, I'm just gonna negative a again.
Okay.
Okay. So b is equal to...
No, just say b is equal to negative a.
Oh, is that it?
That's what I wanted to test. Change the color of, I don't know. Well, you know what? I think I want to get to, I kind of want to delete. I want to get to delete working. And now say b is equal to negative a. Cool. Say b equals a.
Oops.
That didn't work? You don't need spaces.
Oh. Huh.
B equals a failed to do anything. Do we not have that? We did not create a b equals a. We did not create anything that says one vector is equal to another.
But what we can just do is
You say b is equal to negative a and then flip it? Is that what you're drawing?
yeah.
You just say negative b in there.
Okay. I don't know what I just did, but it was something. Did I hit tab on accident? No. What did I hit?
Yeah, I think I want to do delete a.
Did I hit enter? Wait, what's happening? When I
Why not just hit right arrow? Or end.
Yeah, but what's weird is when I hit enter in here, that happens.
You're on the end of the line. It's because you're down near the bottom of it and it's trying to scroll and it's maybe wrapping stuff off the other end. So, okay. All right, back to my screen. We've implemented this one right here. A is equal to negative b. We don't have an a equals b. That's what we tried there. We just realized, oh, we haven't built that yet. What are you thinking?
I do really want to get to the hide A, delete A, and show A.
All right, let's do it. Let's make it so it's just simply command space vector name. Can you do that?
Maybe.
I don't want to match specifically any of those. I don't want to have to match for hide or delete or show. I just want to match for I just want to match for something that looks like this. And this is going to tell me what the command is.
Okay. I can make that work, I believe. Oops. Okay. That's not what I want, is it? Wait, yeah, it is. Okay. Ah. Yeah, that works. This. Command. Right now. Right? That works.
Yeah, it's good. I would call it command. I think you just call it command.
Yeah, okay.
And new vector name, I would call it, I would get rid of the word new in there because it's just the vector name.
I guess.
We're not creating anything new. Okay?
All right.
And now you get command vector name. Cool. All right, copy that code. Add it to our project. Because
Actually,
now we've got...
do you wanna just right now say include regex helper? Do you want to do that now?
Make the change here?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that. Before you do it though, hold on. We're in the Reg Explorer, it's running. Okay, I think we can do it while it's running. So what we can do, oh, there's one problem though. Yeah, we'll have to stop it, but before we stop it, we kind of want to take this code and copy this. And I'm just going to run an instance of Notepad, and we're going to paste it in there so we have that. And that's probably enough. Okay, so we'll save that. So let's close this down. Let's fix this. We need to have a new checkbox here, near generated code. Over here. I'm going to replace this with a stack panel that's horizontal. We'll put this bit here, and then right after it, we're going to put a checkbox.
Okay.
Which I thought was a CK, maybe CKB. It's for sure CK was checkbox. I wonder how much longer we need to wait for foods. Oh man. Alright, so we're just going to...
It might be CHB.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, CHB doesn't make sense. I thought it was CK. I actually want to check against my templates to see if this is something that I have that you don't. I'm going to make a note to myself here to check CK template in XAML. All right, back over here. Checkbox. We're going to say include regex helper. Is that what we're calling that thing?
Yes.
Like
And
that.
then we might want to just put that right beneath the copy button. Maybe?
Okay, you got it. Just a second. Call it CK include regex helper. That. All right, so let's take it out of here. We'll get rid of our stat panel. We don't need the stat panel anymore. Here, we'll find our copy button. Where are you? Copy button. There it is, right there. There's my copy button. Right there. Maybe I'll just do that. It just says regex helper.
Okay.
Or maybe, can I do it in 2 lines? Wouldn't that be awesome? It's not letting me do it in 2 lines. Can I do that? No. I can do that too. I guess we'll do that. All right, so then what we want to do is we want to have, whenever this changes, we need an event. So I'm going to tap the control key, hit E for events. And then I'm looking for, maybe type in changed. Or checked. So when it's checked. And then I also want to know when it's unchecked as well. Like that. And then in the code, we'll come in here and we'll do something like this. We'll create a new variable called include regex helper. So it's basically going to be this. Right there. We'll set that equal to true by default. That means when we start up in our main window, we want to go in and say checkbox include regex helper dot checked. Whoops, it's not checked, it is checked. So that equal to true. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to say that is equal to ck include regex helper dot is checked. Are you with me on that?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay, and make that equal to, set that equal to true. So we're going to do that. So that's going to be the case there. That's going to be the case there. Then we need some call to regenerate the code, which I forget what the call is. Calling it check for match. I'm going to rename this. Whoops, no. I want to rename this to generate code. Or regenerate code. Generate code. Alright, so then we need to call generate code in both of these cases. When it's been checked or when it's been unchecked. Okay?
Yeah. And then
we need to then do something in generate code where we include the regex helper or not. The code generation happens here, so we need one more parameter to add here. So I'm going to hit the code rush key. I'm going to add parameter, paste it in, and then over here I'm just going to hit enter. And now we got to make the decision whether we include that or not. The helper method, I think that's it.
So
Yeah.
do we create a bool?
We don't create one, we passed it in.
Right.
This is going to be have that value there. So we're just going to say if include regex helper, then we call include helper method, which gives me all of this. Right? That's the regex helper.
Yes.
Cool. And return result. All right, I think that's it. So run it. Take this that we saved to the clipboard. Paste it back up here. We're going to say A is equal, we're going to say like hide A. And there we go. See the vector command right there?
Yes.
Now what happens when we clear the checkbox? You want to try it?
Okay. That's
All right.
great.
Copy it.
Oh wait, that's not what we wanted to do. Wait.
Oh yeah, change my class to vector command maybe.
Vector command?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's cool about this is now we can see we can just go to one place and then ask the question, what's command? Is it hide? Is it show? Is it delete? And so we can have all kinds of things, commands, like normalize A or something like that, that just take a word followed by a vector.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
What's the next step?
The next step is just to copy it and then put it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Create. 1 second. We're just gonna organize this.
I kind of like this. You're going to put a code folder where you're going to put all of these in.
Yeah.
I like it. This is a good idea. Maybe right click it if you want to. There you go. Do you have to give it like a slow click? Click once and then click
Yeah.
twice? I'm not sure how Visual Studio is going to handle all of this. hopefully it will be able
I
to.
think it will be fine.
Hopefully it'll be fine to be able to figure it all out. But Visual Studio is a different product from Unity, and so there's kind of like a plugin that makes everything kind of work. And I'm interested to know if there's any problems or if it handles it really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this one, what did we call it? Vector command.
Yeah, I think that's what we call it.
Vector. Oops.
Started up a new instance of Visual Studio. Is that what happened?
I think so.
It's only got the word vector in it. I wanted that to be vector.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to rename it. And I double clicked it.
I see.
I'm gonna open all of these. Yeah, okay.
Do you end up closing down Visual Studio?
No, I don't think so.
So you got two instances of it up that are...
Yeah, I had
No, but that's... I was just... You've only got one of visualizing vectors. Okay,
yeah,
you're good.
I know. I'm trying to... I don't know if it will... Oh, I have to do it manually.
I didn't hear what you said?
I have to do the... I have to open them all manually.
Does it support shift clicking and then right clicking and choosing open?
Maybe?
Like you should be able to do... Can I try something? Now right click and say open.
Ah, wait. Here, I just want to shift click from here.
Wait, I can't hear you. I need
Right
you to
click.
speak clearly so I can
Sorry.
hear
I was saying I just want to shift click from there to there instead of what I
you.
had.
So you got what you wanted, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is it. I think so. Do I have game logic? No. Oh, no. Huh. It's weird. So now, can I try to shift click there? Opening? Will it open in the same? It's not. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. Everything is good. All right. Control V. Control that. Okay. All right, and now save. Game logic.
It's at the end. You can hit Control End and it'll take you to the bottom instantly.
Okay.
Can you add an empty line after line 304? For me, just so we're kind of separating these. Each one of these possible commands we're looking at.
Yes.
Cool. Vector command. Nope. Undo. Double click. Okay.
That's not what I want to do.
Wait. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, it didn't. Okay.
Okay, so
Shift enter.
yeah, you pasted it. You had the caret up above on the line above is what happened, or on the block of code above. Control left arrow gets there faster.
Enter.
And this is going to be called like handle vector command, I think. Control left arrow gets you there faster. Good. Enter. And then you're going to pass it two parameters. What two parameters are you going to pass it?
Command and vector name.
Yeah. And you get to decide the order you want those parameters to be passed.
Control space.
Okay. Declare it. Put it up, move it up. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So the first thing we want in this method is we want to check, I'm just dropping a marker here. We want to check that's similar to some of the checks we've done in other places where we've checked to see if the vector is here. Like here's an example of code that does that. Get vector by name, okay? If we're going to do a vector command, well, this has got to be an existing vector, right? And so we'll call this, I'm just going to rename this to vector. Oops, I'm going to take out caps lock, try again. All right, you with me on that so far?
Yes.
Step one. Now that we've got the vector command, I think I want to call a handle vector command again, but with different parameters. So I want to create a different one, right? I want one that I can call with a string, and the second with that I can call with a super vector. I want to pass in a command first, like that. And so let's declare that method. We'll put it real close by. See the difference between these two, Campbell? They both have the same name.
Yes.
They have different parameters. So I can call one, I call one in with a string, it figures out, gets the vector, and calls the other with the vector. So now when we're here, the cool thing about that is we know we've got a good vector when we come in here.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Because
I feel like I should do jump scares, have like something behind you, so you don't yawn so much. Just like, like that. What do you think?
I think not.
No, okay. Handle vector command. So now what we want to do is do some sort of check on this. We can do a switch statement, which is kind of a nice thing to do here for sometimes for commands. And we're going to say case delete. If the command is delete, then we want to delete vector.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to pass in the vector right there. Let me just change this now to hide. Call this hide vector.
And then if you shift enter, it will be used to delete.
Oops, thought it was going to, but let's duplicate that. And now we're going to change this to show. And that's going to be show vector. Okay? Cool?
Yes. Cool.
Now let's declare these. I don't really know what these are going to look like yet. I haven't really thought about the implementation too much. But we're going to declare them at the very least. I'm going to delete the throws inside of them because we want to actually write some code for these. So for delete vector, don't I have something that says like remove
I think we
named vector, remove vector.
Vector.
Aha. And we'll just pass in vector to it.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
Let's run, and we won't test hide or show yet because we've got no code for them yet.
Okay. Play.
I hope everything was saved, every file was saved.
It was. I checked. Oh wait. So A equals enter, and then it would be A dot show.
No, delete A.
Oh.
Remember our sample code that we wrote?
A. No, I don't.
It's inside of, there you go. Take a look at here. When I meant sample code, I meant right up here.
Oh,
the text
sample
to
usage?
test.
Yeah.
Yeah, right up there. Okay? All right. Okay, cool. So that worked. Let's do another test. Let's just make sure that, let's type in negative A. We can't find a vector named A. Sweet. See it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. That's great. That's good.
Hide and show.
Well, we do. Wait, we have this option in the hierarchy.
Yeah, so there's probably some visibility setting on it.
We can also just temporarily turn off its mesh render. Wait, I need something to use the mesh render. Yeah, we can check to just do that. Which would be easy, I think. I'm not sure what the link is to this to turn it off and on.
Yeah, there's probably like some property somewhere.
But yes, that could be something to do. Because I don't want to just delete it.
No, I'm not going to delete
Turn
it.
back on,
I'm
but
definitely
you
not
wanna
going to
show
delete it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take the game object. We could also take it, delete it, and then recreate it when we needed to.
No, because then if you do -a, it would just not work. It would be the same as just.
No, if you did -a, it would actually show it, I think.
Oh, you're saying with the mesh render
No, I'm not even saying use the mesh renderer. I'm saying use the object itself.
and just
So-
delete it?
Kind of, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then that would be the same as using the delete thing. Which, and then,
Not quite. I want to delete just the object, not the. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here, I want to come in and I want to say, so remove. Let's look at what's happening in remove vector, right? It calls super vectors remove and then vector.destroy game object. What if instead I just did this here and here in show vector I called create game object? Because the super vector is storing its XYZ in its tail position. That thing is still alive. The game object is what I'm destroying, right? Let's just try this. I actually think this is going to work. And try it with the example you're talking about.
okay.
Because we still have the super vector in the list, so it's still going to know about it.
But then when we show it again, it won't be in the position that we placed it.
I think it absolutely will be in the same position that we put it in. Try it. Do a test. The reason why is because the values x, y, and z are in the vector, the super vector itself, and it transfers those to the game object when it creates it. You need to get
Oops,
that on a new line there. So try hide A. Good. Now try A, negative A. Try negative A, and I think we'll see it. It takes care of recreating itself. The process of moving it recreates it. What are you thinking? You okay with that?
Yeah.
You haven't tried show yet.
No. But what's the use of show if we can just move it? Because then hide and show are kind of useless. I guess maybe not. Because if you just want to you don't want to hide it, move it, and then show it. If you have a bunch of vectors on screen and you just want to see which one's which, really, which you can also, I guess, achieve with using what's it called? Just the color. Changing the color of it, but yeah.
So interesting. I said color to purple, and we didn't see it. Now I'm going to say show A. What are you thinking?
That's really interesting. I think that's going to be really.
Are you okay with that functionality with hide and show, or no? Do you want it
Yeah,
to be
I'm fine with
different?
that. No, it's. I think what harm can it do?
Okay, so back over to the list here. We've now taken care of hide A, delete A, show A, and we can even add a new one. Let's create a. How much time do we have? We could add a new one. I'll just write it down here. I want to be able to do normalize A. Normalize means set the length of it from head to tail to 1. That's what I want to do.
Oh.
So we've got commands in here. Make all of that blue. Good. All right, what are we down to next? We have, well, this is like normalize. That's what normalize is. We can set the length. We can link to increase. We also have this idea of offsetting. Like, I kind of want to be able to say A. I think I wanted to say A plus 1, 2, 3. And this is like a delta X, Y, Z. That would then move it. Make sense? Huh?
Yeah, it kind of does.
I want to be able to move it, like I want to be able to say X plus, watch. If I want to move it up 2, I would type in X plus 0, 2, 0. And then it moves it up.
Alright,
Okay?
I'm fine with that.
All right. Let's go into the Reg Explorer piece over here.
Merge
The Reg Explorer. Let's go bring in the vector long pattern here because we kind of need one of these. Where's that equal sign in here?
I think it's past this.
These to the right?
I do. We have so much that it's... Oh my god, that's so much. It
Hold on.
doesn't
No,
go to
no, no,
the
no, no.
side.
Tail XYZ. Tail. It's really close. Oh, here it is right here. It's not the equal sign, it's this, remember?
What's that?
So let's delete that like that. Probably missing not enough parens is what it
Closing
says.
paren.
And I want it to say this. I want it to be vector name. This is not optional anymore. Vector name, and then I want to do a plus, and then I want to do
5, 6,
a nested quantifier.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Let's get rid of this and see what my problem is. Oh, I think I.
Oh, you have to backslash plus.
Oh, that's what it
You
is.
have to
Thanks.
escape it.
Thanks, Campbell. Good job. That's exactly what I have to do. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to say A plus 1, 2, 3. Sweet. Let's give these, change the names of here from tail to delta X or offset X. Offset X, Y, and Z. Okay?
Yeah.
Oops, I just realized my screen was up there. Sorry about that, kids. Okay, offset X, Y, and Z. And I think that's it. Let's do just a couple other texts here. Let's add parens. Let's add commas. Negatives, decimal points. Cool. So A plus and then something, some 3 digits will offset it in that direction. Cool?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to call this the offset vector. The cool thing about that is we'll be able to go re-execute the same line of code again and again and again, and it'll continue to move it in that direction, whatever that direction is we're putting it in. I'm going to copy that to the clipboard. You want to do this? You want me to do this? Where are you?
I
What's
can
your
do
motivation? Go ahead. We should do script. Offset vector is what we're calling it.
Sorry, I accidentally did something. Not sure what exactly it was. Here, I'm just gonna create new C# script. Offset vector, you said?
Yeah.
I do not see it.
Did you double click on it?
I think I did. Oh, maybe I didn't.
That selection increase, they can help you there too. Get that fast. Okay, cool. There's that. Okay. Copy the name. Don't forget to copy that name before we get out of here, the offset vector name. Good. Control End gets you to the bottom instantly. Good. Scroll that up a little bit. Yeah, good job. Okay, let's call this offset vector.
Just that?
Yeah. What are the parameters we want to pass in? Or wait, I want to give it so it doesn't. Go ahead. You figure out the parameters.
Offset X, offset Y, and offset Z, or... Is that right?
There's kind of it's kind of like I want you to see it, so I want you to understand and know why it would be right or what it would be wrong. What we have to do here is we need to take the vector and move it. That means we need to modify its x, y, and z.
We have to change its, both, all of it. All
Yeah,
of its x,
the tail and the head by these amounts.
Yes.
Does that make
Okay.
sense? So we're going to need all of this, all of these parameters, the 4 that are here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Okay.
if we don't have the offset x, then we can't move it by x. What are you typing?
Control space.
With the dot?
Really not working.
Oh. That's it? Wait, I'm not sure why that is. Control space switch worked for me. Maybe one of your keys was stuck?
Do you have to
There's offset z and then the vector name. Okay? Offset vector by, and we'll pass in some mount right there. And I want to put this one first. And I'm going to come in and say declare the method. Like that. We're going to take our code that we used to see if we can find that vector. We're going to pop it up here. And I think what I'm going to do then is that once I find the vector and I get it, I'm going to call vector dot offset and pass in offset x. Select that, shift enter. Whoops. It's changing to handle. Hold on a second. Let me stop that. Shift enter. If I right click on this, if I don't want offset to be replaced with handle, like from CodeRush, I can do that. And then it just trains it that I don't want that. And then there's my offset z, like that. And then all we have to do is go in there, declare that method. Inside here, we're going to say x plus equals offset x. Z is plus equal to that. And then we're going to do all of that, copy it, paste it, and add the word tail in front of these. And then at the very end, we're going to call what? Refresh. Game object. And I think we're done. Do you want to run it?
Yeah.
Wait, save game logic.
Game logic. I think, wait, we're both. Oops.
And move this up 2. So the tail should intersect with position 2 on the y-axis.
What was the
Syntax? Switch to Reg Explorer to see.
I'm forgetting what it is, but okay.
It's just a plus and then some number.
Yeah.
You can do 1, 2, 3 here or whatever, but I wanted you to go up 2 on the y-axis.
Yes. 2.
Now move it on the z-axis a -3. But not up 2 at all.
Yeah.
Nice. Got offset done.
Okay, what was our last thing that we wanted to do?
I don't know. Come back over here and take a look at this. I kind of feel like I don't know. I kind of feel like we're good. I feel like we've kind of played with vectors. We've got an ability to kind of created this space for adding vectors together. We've done a lot of commands. Let me just document this right here. This is going to be moves the vector by the specified offset.
we want to,
check code in?
yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have, it's funny, we have a equals negative b, but we don't have a equals b. Right? So we can't say this vector is equal to something else. But we do have a is equal to, you know, well, you know what? I want to try something. I want to see, I think this will work. I want to do this. Let's go back out here. Let's get to here, run it. I want to say a is equal to, 1, 2, 3. Then I want to say b is equal to negative 4, 5, and negative 6, like that. And then I want to say a plus b, like that. Cool. Now I want to say a equals a plus b. What do you think is going to happen?
It's going to go from the origin point of A to the end point of B.
Let's try one thing here a second.
Oh, no, it's not.
Let's set a dot color to red so we know which one's red.
Oh,
so
wait,
there's A.
It's going to go to the previous end point of B, right?
There's B dot color. So the question is, oops. So I want to say A equals A plus B.
Yeah, I think it would just go to the original end point of, oh.
Did you hit enter?
I did.
Did not work like I expected, actually. A was red. A went away. Let's try B. Let's try hide B a second. Show A. Cannot find a vector named A. We lost A in this process.
How?
Okay, I think I know why.
How?
I think I know how. It's okay. We don't have to panic. It's okay.
I'm not panicking. It's just what?
Where is the command? Create negative vector, make negative. It's sum all vectors. Here we are. So, new vector name. See this call? Remove named vector. We kill it.
Yeah? Why?
That gets rid of it.
Why do we kill it?
Because we think we're about to assign something new to it. We don't think it's actually in the assignment. So what we can do is we can take this and we can take it.
Okay.
We can take it. I was thinking we can move it down here after we add all the pieces together. That might do it. Let's try it. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, why not?
All right, hold on. Let's just see it real quickly and see if that works. Close it down and restart it.
Okay. Now.
Campbell's getting serious now. Getting down to business. Negative 4, 5, and then negative 6. And then A plus B. There you go. And now A equals A plus B. Or you want to change the color? Yeah, go ahead and change the color. A dot color is red. Good. A dot color is blue if you want.
A
Equals A plus B.
A plus B.
Will it work?
Oh, it didn't keep its color.
Didn't keep its color, but
It worked?
it totally worked. Okay. It's not bad.
Not bad at all, but
We could write additional code to make that work, but I think it's not bad, right? In terms of a vector exploration tool, this certainly has got certainly some start to it. You know what I think I want to do?
might change it a bit, but
You know what I want to do next week?
what?
Start a new project.
Okay.
You know what project I want to start?
What?
The Roku solver. I'm sorry, the Sudoku solver.
Sudoku,
Not the
yeah.
Roku solver.
Yeah,
That's a
like
different
Roku.
project. That's a different one. I want to do the
Okay, yeah.
Sudoku solver.
Okay. Then yes.
All right, check in your code, buddy.
open.
I'm going to start a raid, get a raid going here, so we're ready to go when you're done with the code.
Wait, actually, can I see your screen really quickly to see what we've done today?
Yeah. We kind of did, I think, this.
Pretty much, and then the one right above it, right? No. We didn't.
No, this we did yesterday with the
So,
summing of
okay.
all vectors.
So we,
Right there. We have negative, and we have assign negative. We have commands, and we have offsetting. All right, let's get a raid.
Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
And
We
then
made it so we can negate a vector or assign a new one to the negative of another vector.
added support for
Actually, it's the reverse of that. Well, let me come in and make one small change here. Or assign the negative of another vector. Wait, negate a vector or assign.
a new vector to the negative of of that vector. Maybe.
We can assign the negative of a vector to a new vector.
Yes.
To a new vector.
Yeah. Okay.
We had okay. We had support for
Hide, show,
and delete. Those were awesome. That was simple to do. And offset.
Oh yeah.
And offsetting vectors.
Wait.
Hey, welcome, Pudding. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right, we're going to rate everybody now. We'll check this in soon. See you later, kids.